Hey there, Reviver Nation. Coach Hudson here, bringing you day 5 of the core program. We're going to be going through a few different movements today, starting with a half tabata of hollow hold, After that, we'll move into a max Sorensen hold, or if you're at home, you guys can do a Superman hold rather, and then we'll finish with frog pump, specifically every 2 minutes on the 2 minutes times 3, 15 frog pump. So you guys showing you the movements today. We'll start with that hollow hold. I'm gonna be on my back for this movement, pressing my lower back into the ground for that pelvic tilt. So again, going from that arch in my back to creating no space by pressing my lower back into the ground. I'll then bring my arms up like so. I'm gonna bring my shoulders off the ground, keeping my core engaged. I'll then separate my arms and feet, not at the expense of disconnecting my lower back from the ground. I want to keep that lower back pressing the ground the whole time, belly nice and tight. And I'm going to hold this for 20 seconds and then rest for 10. That's one round. We'll do that 4 times. That 4 times for a total of 2 minutes. For our next movement, I'll show you guys what you can do if you're at home. You can do a Superman hold. So the goal here is to hold it for as long as possible without there being any discomfort in our lower back, or up to 2 minutes. If you're able to get to 2 minutes, awesome. You don't need to hold it any longer than that. So for Superman hold, I'm gonna be on my stomach. From here, I'm gonna squeeze my butt, squeeze my glutes nice and tight, and then I'm gonna lift my outstretched arms off the ground, bring those elbows and wrists as far away from the ground as possible, keeping everything nice and tight, and holding that for up to 2 minutes. Again, if you start to feeling any discomfort in your lower back, upper back, any pain, immediately stop. The goal is to go as long as we can before this becomes uncomfortable, and then mark that time, and that'll kind of be our benchmark at the end of each week that we can use to see what progress we're making. Now, if you happen to be at the gym or you have access to equipment, you can use a GHD machine. I'll show you what that looks like. So with this device, this allows us to perform a Sorensen hold, which works out or tests our lower back endurance the same way a Superman hold would, but it isolates that lower back a little bit more. Now again, disclaimer with this movement, we only want to hold it until we start to feel any discomfort in our back. The goal isn't to fight through any type of pain or discomfort, but go as long as we can comfortably holding this position. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be belly down here. If you want to have something to kind of hold on to in order to give yourself a little more assurance, feel free to when you're setting up. But I want the pads here to be about mid-thigh. From here, I'm going to have my feet in between each of these cushions. I'll be pushing through my heels, pushing up like so, help stabilize me. And then from here, I'm going to hold this position with my belly tight, my butt cheeks turned on, just like the Superman hold. And I'm going to cross my hands across my chest. I'll hold this position. This is the Sorensen hold. I'm going to hold it for as long as I can, keeping this position without my back giving me any problems. If you can hold it up to 2 minutes, awesome. Go ahead and rest after that. If it starts to give you any problems before then, what you'll do is mark that time where you have to stop, and that'll again be your benchmark each week to see if we're making progress. For our last movement, we have the frog pump. So our frog pump is going to look a little bit like this. I'm going to start with my feet together, just like crisscross applesauce, having those feet nice and close like in that butterfly position. And from here, I'm going to have my hips open. I'm going to sit back, press my lower back into the ground, and then I'm going to press through my heels, squeezing my butt cheeks, performing that glute bridge with my knees nice and wide. So I'm going to do 15 repetitions of these. Again, each time starting by pushing my lower back into the ground, keeping that belly tight the whole time, belly tight, feeling it in my glutes and my butt cheeks, slowly lowering to the ground. And we'll do that 15 times. This helps us open up our hips a little bit as well as work on those glute muscles in a good position while keeping our belly nice and tight. We're going to do that 15 times every 2 minutes. So you'll do it at the beginning of 2 minutes, do 15 repetitions, then rest in the time remaining. And when those 2 minutes expire, you'll start again with the 15 repetitions. You do that 3 times for a total of 45 repetitions. That's your day 5 exercise for the core program. Let us know how it goes, Revivers.